Not Southern Gothic, at all. More a modern-day Gatsby. With witches and magical realism. I've read at least one or two of Carpenter's books before this one, and have a few more, and I know Carpenter knows Southern Gothic. Gothic Town, her 2025 release, was spot on for that genre. But this ain't that at all. Yet what we do get is an on-trend, magical realism update to The Great Gatsby, that great work of Americana from a century ago, brought into more modern times, complete with sexting and #MeToo elements. And with a Southern flair, moving it from New York to Savannah, yet keeping a lot of the same overall look and feel, yet adding the fact that our main character is a witch and psychic. Had the description been based more on this, I do think at least some of the existing 1* reviews likely wouldn't be there, as this is far more accurate than the current, official, one. So yes, for those who want nothing at all to do with any form of witchcraft at all, I'm telling you now, this ain't gonna be the book for you. But for Mass Effect fans, our main character shares at least one verbal tick with one of the more popular characters in that franchise, certainly one of my own favorite non-Shepard characters, so you may want to read this book for that alone. Particularly if you love that particular verbal tick. But if you're one that plays the drinking game of it, don't do that with this book. You may get even more drunk than you do from playing ME3. Winking face, or maybe you're a college student or in your 20s or later, really, but let's face it, most of us grow too old for this shit by our 30s or so and want a literary drinking game. In that case, I have a book for you. Winking face, no judgment, have your fun. Just try not to land in jail, please. Winking face. Gatsby is one of the great works of American literature for reasons, and while this book does a good or even great job of updating it and moving it several hundred miles south, it doesn't quite hit those levels. Still, it is absolutely a solid look at how at least some of the themes explored in that book have both changed and remained the same over the last century or so, and for that alone it would do well to be studied in collegiate literature classes at minimum, perhaps even senior level high school classes, assuming, of course, modern high school students remain capable of such analysis and critique that was required of high school students when I was still in school 30 years ago. One last personal note. I had this book for months as an advance review copy before finally getting to it about a week after its release due to some personal, real-life issues that arose in mid-March 2026 and are ongoing through April 2026, and really all summer before they are fully resolved, and for whatever reason I had it listed as 288 pages long when I first entered it into my tracker when I originally downloaded it just before Halloween 2025. Finding out I was both missing the deadline and that the book was nearly twice as long as expected was interesting. But that was also no fault of Carpenter or anyone involved in the publishing of this book and was entirely on me. Still, as it did come to bear on my overall experience with the book, it needed to be noted in my review. Slightly smiling face. Overall, this really was a strong book for what it actually is, and I think readers who go in with a more honest expectation of what it actually is will enjoy it quite a bit. But yes, readers who approach this book expecting Southern Gothic and finding absolutely none of that will feel disappointed, and honestly so. So approach this as the modern-day update to Gatsby, moved to the South and with witches and magical realism added that it is, and I honestly think you will enjoy this book quite a bit, if that is something you're into at all. Very much recommended.